We are not a hate group. We are not affiliated with any other Israelite group or black militia group. Israel United in Christ is a non-violent Bible-based movement. We do not advocate or condone any acts of violence against any race, ethnicity, or gender. We advise that if anyone hears or knows of any plots to cause harm to anyone or to break the laws of the land, you must contact the proper authorities to bring awareness to any possible threat, as stated in Leviticus chapter 5, verse 1 of the King James Bible. Shalom, Most High in Christ blessed. We are Israel United in Christ. And this is the Armor God.
How much coffee in this?
I don't know. He started it.
Damn, he just
Like
advertised Ishtar.
Ishtar?
Ishtar.
He advertised Ishtar right now.
You gotta show me the brand.
We got that caffeine.
Oh, you talking about the cups? I'm turning the cups slowly so you don't see the mermaid.
He said
it's on both sides.
He said we got Starbucks in our systems.
If you hear sounds, it's me adding sugar into my coffee.
Dang.
We need all the energy for this social media wickedness.
Right. Again, fire topic. We're picking up from last week's topic. Amazing topic. What's the name of that topic again? What's the name of that topic?
How social media destroyed our mind.
Our mind. I'm glad we switched it because we currently in that state, but we use it for righteousness.
That's right.
And man, we touched on some heavy stuff last week.
Right.
And that the plans of Esau gonna fail.
That's right.
If you're not aware of the threat, you're gonna fall for it. But hey, I'm Officer Rayuel. We got in here.
Officer Issachar.
Officer Nahum.
Officer Abraham.
Officer Menahem.
Officer Pilar.
And all right, that's the panel.
You gotta love this show, man. I'm telling you. Hey, I'm telling you, podcasting / radio show is probably the most fun thing ever.
Right.
So, especially when you're doing it for God's people and the Lord's work, ain't nothing like it. Ain't nothing like it. It give you that push.
I was wondering if you're gonna get to it. What does it give you?
it give you. Nah, go ahead. Let's get number 3. Let's go for where we at.
No nighting?
Huh? No. We continue it.
We getting straight in.
We getting straight into
I'm
it.
about to say, can I?
Because it's a continue. The reason why we're not gonna do Nightly Chronicles, everybody, is because it's a continuation of an already started topic.
That makes sense.
So let's go ahead.
Makes a lot of sense.
Let's
So let's get right into number 3. It's a video.
All right, so I don't think we have a timestamp on it, so I'm gonna just let you know when to stop. Now, the name of the video is Social Media Addiction.
Right.
How it changes your brain.
Now we're getting into the science.
Hey, I'm just saying, when you look at this, don't it look like Magneto? Well, it's not Magneto. What's the other one that controls your head?
Xavier.
Xavier,
Professor X.
when he wants to kill everybody.
Cerebro.
Cerebro.
It do look like Cerebro.
When he want to kill everybody, he
I'ma
can
get
kill
that clip.
everybody in one snap.
We can't do it.
In one snap, he can
Copyright.
kill everybody. The whole planet.
Like,
We talking about Thanos.
We can't. Now we can't get
No.
it. We can't get the clip.
Stop.
Because it'll be copyright.
He said Thanos. He said, because you heard me say one snap.
Yeah. Oh wait, no. Yes, we can, because this is gonna be going up as a recording. Yeah, we can get the clip. Why not? But hey, that thing, it looks just like how it did on X-Men. Not Apocalypse, but no, it is Apocalypse. When he saw everybody, he was looking for Jean.
Yep.
Yeah, that's exactly what this looked like. So, but anyway, social media addiction, how it changes your brain. Let's see. Play on.
That's heavy.
All exist in this world where we can tweet at somebody or engage with somebody, could even be the president of the United States, and they might react to us back. Social media has thrust us all onto the head of a pin, socially speaking, existentially speaking.
Hey,
Even
I'm
if
gonna tell
they're
you
on the
something
other
heavy
side
about
of
what
the
he just
planet.
said. Hey, pay attention. I'm gonna tell you something heavy about what he had said, right? He said that social media has thrust us all underneath the pin, right? So what he's saying is, in code talk, is that at the very helm of whatever any higher up wants to do, he can search up anybody he can in the world with a click of a button. That's what he's saying. He's like, he put all of us underneath the helm of the pin. Who am I looking for? Do. Put your name in. Boom, found you. Bruh. That's it.
Eagle eye.
Yeah, eagle eye. That's exactly what happened. Go ahead.
Even if they have a lot more money than we do,
Even if they
we can still interact with them.
Right.
We can still compete with them.
Hey, and
on
the
engagement.
truth about that
They're
is
inside
Elon Musk, he has a very active Twitter account. I follow him. I think he's funny. But
Yeah, he's a funny.
yeah, he's a very funny guy. I'm gonna be honest with you. But
Still the devil.
Yeah, still is. He tweets frequently, and people, you can just interact with him. And if it's interesting enough, you tag him, he will respond to you.
The world, we have a mimetic machine in our pocket where all of these people exist. So what is mimetic desire? Mimetic desire means that we're adopting another person's desire as our own.
Dag.
Usually without.
So, whoa.
That's
whoa.
exception.
That's heavy. That's a lot on that sentence.
That's a lot.
Hey.
A lot to unpack.
Hey, my coffee got Splenda in it. It don't make it taste good. So
They told you that.
Yeah, I should have known that.
It's like using an Android
Yeah,
phone. It's not
I was.
Splendid.
I was. Yeah, you said Splendid. I was informed by social media that I should put Splenda in my coffee because it's healthier.
There's an Android user told you to do that. We had a spirited debate about that. But go ahead.
Splendid.
Yeah, let's not dig up old. Let's go into
old wounds.
let's not go into the can of worms.
Hey, y'all
Why
can't
Pelaya
see.
look like that?
Yeah,
Pelaya's
thank
got
you.
this solid
Y'all can't
face.
see, but boy, the continents of a man. Look at this thing.
Yeah.
He ain't got no caffeine.
It was that biscuit. It was that biscuit. He caught the itis.
Oh, this he ready to go to sleep
the
off that
biscuit.
Bojo.
Lord. But he did say something. I'm sorry because we're gonna go somewhere else. And he did say something on that. He said they give you the rewind that again.
So, what is mimetic
So
desire?
hold on, pause it. So it says, how has social media altered the nature of desire?
That ain't witchcraft. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, like it says, listen to the word. It's just because sometimes we read things but don't care about definitions or how things are said. It says, how has, so when you ask the question how, you're trying to figure out the root of the cause of whatever it is you're asking.
Yeah.
Let me break this down for you. That's what when it says how has social media
Right.
altered, so that means changed.
Right.
What's the root reason of how social media changed the nature of desire? Message. So how did social media go inside of what naturally is inside of man from birth, change something into something else? That's what he's saying. What you got?
Yeah, I got a definition for desire.
Go ahead, bring it
Ooh.
up.
Let's go.
So desire, a strong feeling or wanting to have something or wishing for something to happen. Here's another definition. It says strongly wish for or want something.
Right. So, hey, and that's heavy. Strongly want. Now, usually with social media, the thing that you strongly want or desire is influence, a lot of likes, friends, attention. The dopamine hit that you get from social media is unmatched.
Right.
And here's how I know it's truth, right?
Dang.
Here's how I know it's truth. They had somewhat of a debate on Facebook about who's the funniest comedian now, right? And I even added in on it. I was like, I don't even think comedians are funny anymore. I
No.
think most of the funniest people that's out now are on TikTok.
Yeah.
But I'm just to the point. Social media has changed a lot of the things that used to be normal. All right, naturally you go to somebody, you see this funny, whatever, and blah, blah, blah. But TikTok shortens the attention span, makes you look at things differently. It kind of almost takes TV away from you too.
Yeah.
Hey.
It was replacing it.
It's
It's more
repl-
effective.
Yeah, it's replacing.
Right.
It's replacing a lot of stuff. Your attention is getting away. There's some days I don't even watch TV. That's bad, but it's true.
Hey, officer.
But it's not bad because you're not supposed to watch TV. I'm saying it in the sense of I'm on social media rather than doing something else.
Right.
That's why I'm saying it like that. Go ahead.
Hey, to your point, it's really what social media is like the ultimate form of idolatry. That's what it really boils down to.
Oh Lord, hold on.
Yeah, because
Hold on.
because
If
like
you
you
saying
said,
social media is a
Yeah.
god.
yeah, I got a script for it too.
Hold on.
Well, let's get it.
Romans 1:25.
You done opened up something.
Because, like you said,
Yeah, you better duck all the way.
you letting now it's opened up the door for every average Joe to, like you said, like the dude said on the video, to compete with superstars. It's flooded the market with everybody's content. You know what I'm saying? So read
Go
that
ahead,
real
get
quick.
that.
Romans 1:25. We normally use this for sodomites, but watch this. Oh, I'll read.
Come
on, somebody read it for him. Help him out.
Somebody. I had something else lined up for you real quick, but I'll read it for you. Where we going?
Romans
Romans
1:25.
1:25.
Brothers, I ain't reading no Bible. I'll read it for you. Romans chapter 1, verse 25. Message. Who changed the truth of God into a lie?
So that's the who is the who that's running social media, which we know is Esau, right? Go ahead.
And worshipped and served the creature more than the creator.
So guess what? Now, instead of worshiping the Most High God, people have gotten into the point they're worshiping themselves. They're on social media to please themselves, make themselves look good, get this, meet their desires, have people idolize them, look up to them. They want to be liked. They want to be loved. People want to follow people. You worship the creature more than the creator now. Social media has become your God. You have become your God.
I got something for you. You still reading? You still going?
You-
How you doing?
Okay. I got something just to add to add to what you're saying. Because like you said, it becomes that person's God. So I threw two more meanings to this. No, we just went over the definition for desire, right? Desire is something that you want, right? You're gonna let me see real quick. We're gonna go here, and we're gonna go to these two here.
Right.
Envy and covet. I need the definition for them both.
You're gonna learn today.
Yes, sir. The definition of envy: a feeling of discontented or resentful longing aroused by someone else's possessions.
Hear that? Someone else's possession. You want something that somebody else has had, right? But kind of what you just bringing out. You said you got these celebrities, so people looking at how these celebrities are living, how they acting, how they maneuvering. You want what they have, right? Because you think that's life, Reed.
Yes, sir. Covet: to yearn, to possess or have something.
Hear that? You covet it, you yearning, and you want to possess it. Because now you see they have nice cars. You want a car like that.
Right.
You will go broke. You know what I'm saying? Now you trying to compete with the Jones.
Yes, sir. And a lot of that is fluff. It's like last week, they said the article said people brand themselves. It's not even their real reality. This is probably a rental car. It's probably a face filter. You know.
Right.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, go ahead, go.
To add what he said to what you just doing, that goes with marketing. So somebody else's brand is marketing that individual to sell their stuff.
Right. And you know what? Look, check this out, real quick. Then we're gonna keep playing. Right. Go to Ezekiel 14, and verse 4 and 5. Watch this.
Duck, it's a precept.
You gotta duck all the way, baby. Floyd Mayweather on this thing.
Right.
Ezekiel chapter 14 and verse 4.
Watch this.
Therefore speak unto
Because this going into how you said that social media is an idol, right? This what came to my mind. Go ahead.
Therefore speak unto them and say to them,
Read.
Thus saith the Lord God, every man of the house of Israel that setteth up his idols in his heart
Set it up his idols in his mind. Go ahead.
and putteth the stumbling block of his iniquity before his face.
So you looking at the phone and you scrolling through, you got Twitter, Instagram, so on, and all you looking at, brothers, is booty pics and so on and so forth. Sisters looking at other guys and all that other stuff, looking at porn or whatever the case is, whatever it is that's destroying your mind, you looking at that stuff on your phone. You setting it in your face to put it in your mind. Go ahead.
And cometh to the prophet.
Uh-huh.
I, the Lord, will answer him that cometh according to the multitude of his idols.
Okay, come on.
And I will take away the house of Israel in their own, that I may take the house of Israel in their own heart, because they are all estranged from me through their idols.
Right, all of them. All of them estranged from away from God, following after what they follow something social media says before they would the Bible. Straight up, they would straight up.
That's where your opinions in your mind, like you said, desire, your opinions and everything come from social media.
Right.
They drive. It's all like all the officers going into very heavy. It's the white man is God. He does these things to control swaths of people, all people on earth, no matter what you believe. He's put into your mind your belief, and now he's upgraded to more. He's trying to get God mode. He's trying to have it in the cloud. All these things is equal to him. All his terms, like I'm in the clouds, social media, mass communication, trying to basically read your mind. That's what these things do. They read your mind to see your desires, like y'all was bringing out, and then he tries to give you your desires.
Right.
And that's like how he baits you into things. He's becoming God.
He tries to give you.
He's trying to.
That's crazy. You say he tries to give you your mind. So that's why he put social media out there, because like the question said, the way it alters natural desire.
Right.
Wow.
So play on from there.
Mimetic desire means that we're adopting another person's desire as our own.
Just that quick. It's we're adopting another person's desire. Whose?
Right.
Whose desire are we adopting?
Devil.
I got a script.
Hold on. One second, officer. Whose desire
We ain't making it through this video.
are we?
We're gonna make it.
Yeah, we're gonna make it. Whose desire are we adopting? That's the thing, right? I'm gonna play a little more. You got sit on them coast for a quick second. Let me get through this last couple seconds. Come on. Go ahead.
Without even realizing that we're doing it. So social media has given us millions of mimetic models that we now have to contend with. Some people have went from having 10 mimetic models to now having 1 million. And we haven't quite come to grips as a culture with what that means for our mental and emotional health.
Stop. So we not come to agreements in our head, what does it mean that we have all of these, like it says, models or idols
Influences.
in our head? So we haven't come to terms with how that mentally instabilizes us. That's what happens. That's how social media, we put these things in our head. That's why I read Ezekiel 14. We put those things in our head, the multitude. That's why I said at the bottom of Ezekiel 14 again. I'm gonna read it. I, the Lord, will answer him that cometh according to the multitude of his idols. The different things that's all inside of his head. We haven't come to terms with how psychologically all of those things that we're placing in there, how it affects natural desire.
Hey,
Duck,
the
duck,
things,
duck,
deep
duck.
stuff right
It's
there,
a
bro.
precept.
Yeah.
spirits they put on.
Go ahead, Officer Nahum. You
Okay, just to land back to add what you're saying. Go to 2 Maccabees chapter 4, and start at verse 7.
You go quick. You got
Just
a
to
lot
show,
cover.
just to show what happened. I'm kind of gonna read through. We're gonna jump.
All right. 2 Maccabees chapter 4 and verse 7. But after the death of Seleucus, when Antiochus called Epiphanes, took the kingdom, Jason, the brother of Onias, labored underhanded to be high priest,
Right. So this person getting ready to get set up to be the high priest of the Israelites. Read.
promising unto the king by intercession 360 talents of silver, and another revenue 80 talents.
Right. So he getting paid. He getting paid for this. I said the Israelites, but he's going to be the high priest for the Jews, the southern kingdom. Read.
right?
Besides this, he promised to assign 150 more, if he might have license to set up a place of
A
exercise.
gym, right? Because a lot of our people are going to. They love watching sports, right? This go all the way back. Sports, wrestling, basketball, whatever. Read.
And for training up of youth in the fashions of the heathen.
Hear that, the youth, right? What is the youth? That's our young children.
Right.
That's our young boys and girls. Read.
And to write them of Jerusalem by the name of Antiochans,
Read.
which when the king had granted, and he
Lower.
Go ahead.
and he had gotten into his hand the rule,
It says slower.
What the hell?
he forthwith brought his own nation to the Greekish fashion.
Right. So now he's bringing them to the Greekish fashion. So what they call it, Hellenization.
Hellenization.
Yeah.
Today
Right,
it's
right.
called Americanization. Right?
Americanization.
Read.
That's the
And
point
the
of
ro-
social media.
And the royal privileges granted of special favor to the Jews by means of John, the father of Epolamus, who went ambassador to Rome for amity and aid, he took away, and putting down the governments which were according to the law.
Right, it put down the governments, right? What our leaders in them, what they supposed to be doing. But this is the whole world is designed to make our people fall.
Right.
Read.
He brought up new customs against the law.
New customs, because all the other laws that we see that our nation, that where our people are scattered at, it go against God's law, statutes, and commandments. Read.
For he built gladly a place of exercise under the tower itself, and brought the chief young men under his subjection.
So there it goes to young men, back to our younger generation. We got to destroy the younger generation. The old people, don't worry about them. We're going to get them right. But this is how they thinking. We got to go to the young generation.
man.
We get a hold of them, we got them. Read.
Right.
And made them wear a hat.
Read.
Now such was the height of Greek fashions.
Now the Greek fashions that taking place, like the American fashion. That's what our people doing. They wearing basketball jerseys and this and that. We are, what do you call it, chocolate covered Edomites right now.
Oh man. And the increase of heathenish manners.
Our mannerism is just like them. We
Yes.
talk, we do things that they do, right? We some of our people walk like them.
And even if it's our culture, they still it's white people culture.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
I seen like a slew of videos that hype up gang culture. Like now they have this thing where they go on live and they'll go to the ops neighborhood. And then they're like, "Hey, I'm out here. Ain't none of y'all here." And they have the blicky in the screen.
Get
Like,
killed.
They got the gun in the screen. He's like, one dude was like, they ran up on him like while he's doing it. He dropped the phone and they chased him off. I don't know if it's fake.
I saw that, yeah.
Even if it's fake, they're like pushing that, and then people are doing it.
Now people got killed on live doing that.
Yeah, that's evil as hell. And it's children.
And it started with the ice bucket challenge.
Yeah. Go back to the ice bucket.
Yeah, now they doing this type of challenge.
And the Tide Pod challenge. White people do that.
Cinnamon challenge.
Yeah, cinnamon challenge. I remember that.
But it spreads around. That's why the video said
Mass control.
we don't know how it influences our people. You ever notice like all these people starting to look the same, do the same things, wear the same wigs, dress the same.
They don't think that it has a part to play in their mind. They don't, Which, you know what? It goes into the next part that we got.
Yeah.
It goes into the next part. So go ahead. Play, number 4.
Ready, let's scroll.
One thing we don't talk about is that it's sort of hard to talk about this. Our minds have these kinds of backdoors. There's kind of, if you're human and you wake up and you open your eyes, there is a certain set of dimensions to your experience.
I want you to step in on this. Pause it real quick. It says how your brain is getting hacked. Listen to the wordage. How your brain is getting hacked. Facebook, Tinder. We didn't even talk about that one the last time. Tinder, slot machines.
That's another addiction.
Yeah. Right. All right. So go ahead. That's what we're saying. Go ahead.
That can be manipulated. When I was a kid, I was a magician, and you learn all about these limits. You know that short-term memory is about this long, and there's different reaction times, and if you ask people certain questions in certain ways, you can control the answer. And this is just the structure of being human. To be human means that you are persuadable in every single moment. I mean, the thing about magic, as an example, is that magic works on everybody. Sleight of hand, right? It doesn't matter what language you speak, it doesn't matter how intelligent you are. It's not about what someone knows, it's about how your mind actually works. So knowing this,
there's a lot of talking. Hold on. So go ahead. You have
Well, I wanted to get to a certain part, but we're gonna stop it. But I want to get a scripture in Micah 2, but we're realizing that they take their time to figure out how our brains work. And they're not just doing this like, one time and then that's it. They're collecting data. They're using technology to figure out how our brains work, right? So go ahead.
Micah chapter 2 and verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity.
And their foundation is sin. They're figuring out what's going to keep us in sin, because you got Judith 5:20, and it talks about that. As long as the Israelites are in sin, God won't fight for us.
That's right.
So they're doing this diligent search. And we're going to read about it.
Message.
Come on.
And work evil upon their bed.
That's what he's talking about. He's talking about when you wake up, there's things that your brain does automatically, and he's like
thinking
into
about
that thing. He literally ain't going to bed because he's thinking about how we think. He's trying to figure out how we think.
And what it said was it like shortens the attention span. Like I heard him mention that earlier. So they think about how we think. How can we shorten their attention span from children? So go ahead.
And that goes back to like you said, this topic. And I know I did a class on Satan Wants Your Children, which, going back to Wreck-It Ralph, when you watch Wreck-It Ralph and Break the Internet, the little glitch, she ended up talking to all the princesses, and they all started wearing pants. And
that's crazy.
And we know that according to the Bible, women are not allowed to wear pants. But we always use the understanding that, hey, a princess wears dress. We say that to our children to give them an easy understanding of, hey, women always wore dresses. So now the man, like on what's it called, Minister Society, when the man came, he dropped the pen.
The man,
and then he was the white man. He figured out that our children watch cartoons, so they got to put that in there. That guess what? It's okay to wear sweatpants. It's okay to wear leggings. So now Snow White, Pocahontas, all of them had pants. You know what I'm saying, in that movie. So they're trying to come for our children. That's the point, right?
Go ahead.
When the morning is light, they practice it.
Go ahead.
Because it is in the power of their hands.
So the image has power to speak, that we read about in Revelations, right? This demon, what's it called? Image of the beast.
Yeah.
He has power to influence our children through their media, through their movies.
That's heavy.
Right.
Because you said the image of the beast, right?
Yep. That's
They
what the Bible
made.
says.
You was about to get that?
No, go ahead.
Oh yeah, is it? So he's like, they made the image speak.
Yep.
right?
You gotta think, how did they get the image, something that's still, to become it animated?
Motion pictures.
Motion pictures. They made it
witchcraft.
Yeah, and so we made it motion, we gave it animation, but we're the only ones that see it. How can we get it to millions?
Right.
Social media.
Yep.
That's how we spread it out. Go ahead.
All right. And one more precept real quick. Give me Wisdom of Solomon 14. And I want just 12 and then jump to 21 real quick.
Yes, sir.
And I'm going to show you guys how the Most High actually shows us that they were going to do this. This is prophetic. Go ahead.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14 and verse 12. For the devising of idols was the beginning of spiritual fornication.
So they know if we're in idolatry, that's spiritual fornication, right? We're going against our God. So with these social media platforms, we no longer do the things that, God says, blessed is he that readeth. Study the scriptures. We don't do those things. Meditate day and night. Now we meditate day and night into TikTok, Facebook, right? Go ahead.
And the invention of them, the corruption of life.
So the invention of a new app every year, like we was bringing out last thing, you know what I'm saying? Billions of followers. I think Pilar said 14 billion. I don't know how it was that many.
1.4.
But you know what I'm saying? They're coming up with more and more ways to keep us in sin. But let's get to the point. Jump to 21.
Verse 21. And this was an occasion to deceive the world.
And the world that it's talking about is not the whole planet. It's talking about the Israelites. They're coming for the Israelites. The other nations already in sin. They got idols. God said they got their own idols. But they're coming for us. Go ahead.
Right. For men serving either calamity or tyranny did ascribe unto stones and stocks.
And now jump to 26. This is the main point that social media is trying to do to our children and to us. Go ahead.
Verse 26. Disquieting of good men.
So it causes debate between us, right? Go ahead.
Forgetfulness of good terms.
Go ahead.
Defiling of souls.
What is the internet supposed to be doing?
Defiling of souls.
Of your soul. Your soul is your mind, your heart. Go ahead.
Changing of kind.
And it promotes changing sex. Go ahead.
Disorder in marriage.
Now there's no marriage in the black community. Go ahead.
Adultery. So
now you got those websites that now you could cheat on your wife. You know what I'm saying? OnlyFans.
They upgraded it. I want to talk about that. I remember. Anybody remember Plenty of Fish?
Plenty of Fish.
Plenty of Fish.
Yeah.
The back in the day, it started with sites and services.
This was 1990.
This was saying, Shane, I didn't own the damn thing.
I don't know nothing about it.
But it was like early
1995.
Yeah, it was like 2000s, early 2000s, 2005.
Oh,
and that was the first. To me, I don't know. Maybe it was one before that, but that was like the first adultery website service. It was a damn business of we're going to get you with someone that's not your wife, and it has progressed and turned into the OnlyFans app and many other tools, but like specifically for the sin of adultery. It's not just, you're going to hook up and meet people. It's like, this is for adultery.
Yep.
You know what's crazy also? I don't even think OnlyFans started off.
He keeps calling it that. We rebuke you every week about OnlyFans.
Only the fans.
I always thought it was a the in it. But I don't think it even started off like that.
Because you have to sign up to be the only the fans.
Only the fans. Only the fans are on here.
But look, I don't even think it started off like that. I think it started off like
there's always an
little
innocent side. The purpose was always there, but there's always an innocent side, so they don't have to just get rid of it. It's like, well, people get on there and advertise their businesses. You're like four or five people get on there, but everybody else is a wannabe porn star.
With the reason I'm saying that is like that is the goal at the end of the day.
And they're smart enough to know that.
It's like, hey, you're on here for this, but this is what we want.
Let me cut in. Let me get a scripture real quick. Psalm 64.
Yes, sir.
Verse 6. I was going to just read that fast as you can.
Yes, sir. The book of Psalms, chapter 64.
I've been looking for it this whole time. Watch this. Read.
Yes, sir. Verse 6.
Read.
They search out iniquities.
This is the so-called white man. He's searching. He's researching. That's what this is. I research sin. That's what a white man does. My job is to find the sins of Israel. My job is to find things that break God's laws. Because why? They hold that real quick. 68:1. Psalm 68:1. Real quick. That's the next page.
Psalms chapter 68, verse 1.
Why do they do that? Why do they research sin? Read.
Let God arise. Let his enemies.
His what?
Let his enemies.
God got enemies. Read.
Be scattered.
Let them enemies be scattered. Read.
Let them also that hate him.
Nobody sit there and say, people hate God. Most people hate God.
Right.
The world hates God. That's why they research what breaks his laws. Right. They say, to hell with God, I'm going to find out all the things he hates. And we're going to push. Now, we already doing them. We're going to make the world do them because they hate God. Yep. Read.
Let them also that hate him flee before him.
Now go back now. Finish that out. 6.
Psalm verse 6. 64, verse 6. They search out iniquities.
They search out sins. Research. Social media. They're probing into your minds to see what kind of things you like. Oh, they want to find a new hot sin. Come on.
They accomplish a diligent search.
Diligent research. Come on. Projects, trials, read, think tanks. Come on.
Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep.
Deep. That's why with the thing, the OnlyFans is not just the end result was what they have now, but they started off with the innocent. Well, we got a thing where people can just be fans, and they knew we're gonna get celebrities that normally aren't nude to go nude. Like most people that make a lot of money are people who normally would not be showing their body,
Yep.
but they want to push this to the upper echelons and make it more acceptable to be naked. Think about Greece. Greece was naked. Look at all the Greek art. It was naked. And they want that pushed. And that's the one thing they don't censor. If it's art, they don't censor it. That's their caveat. That's how they get into your kids' schools. First naked stuff I seen was in school. When you have opened up them pictures of the Renaissance art. Mm-hmm. And and they make it like it's biblical. Wasn't nobody naked in the Bible running around?
Yep.
His Mary, her boobs out. Like, oh, why? Christ butt naked on the cross. Who said? Saying voodoo. And that's what they did. And that's what they push. They want to push everybody back to nakedness, back to naked exercise, back to just orgies in the street. A lot of these things. Didn't they just talk about orgy recently?
Yeah.
Freaknik is an orgy.
Yep.
That's an orgy.
Hey,
Bike week, orgy.
Mardi Gras.
Mardi Gras is an orgy. The
Greek Fest.
What's that Benjamin thing?
Carnival.
Bacchanal.
Bacchanal is an orgy. That's what it is.
They call Labor Day, depending on where you at. Labor Day in New York, Carnival,
Yeah.
Bacchanal, all of those things. Yep.
Yeah.
The dark side of it is it's an orgy.
Yep.
Then that's what they pushing. Go ahead.
Juve,
I'm
all
done
of
with
it.
You drop it.
You got more on that video?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
A little bit more, because he's going to talk about slot machines.
Out that
Slot machine?
there's this whole playbook of persuasive techniques that actually I learned when I was at the Stanford
go up.
Persuasive Technology Lab, and that most people in Silicon Valley in the tech industry learned as ways of getting your a variable schedule reward.
Watch this.
And that's like a slot machine in Las Vegas. It turns out that slot machines make more money in the United States
Then what?
than baseball, movies, and theme parks combined.
Get outta
People
here.
who are addicted to slot machines.
Hey, pause that real quick. So I know we got short on time, so I'm gonna just talk about what this is gonna
Bring it
talk
out, bring
about.
it out.
So they did the research that when you go to a casino, when you pull down the lever, you're looking for a reward. Let's
Yes.
get that in Ecclesiastes. But because you get an automatic reward, you want to keep playing, and then you get addicted, and then people lose their houses, they lose everything. So he was saying that even with a mouse, the mouse used to be where you had to move the whole mouse on a computer, and now they made it easier to where you just scroll down or you use your two fingers on your iPad on your computer.
Right.
And he said that's like a slot machine.
Right.
It gets you instant reward so that you can
Get
stay
that
on that thing.
dopamine, that dopamine running in your brain.
Yeah, he said so you can stay on the website. It's easier to maneuver, so that makes you addicted to that website.
And they do deep research. Sorry to cut you off, but they do deep research into just the thought process. How easy is it for you to get to what you want? The app, because it's a button. How good does that button look? There's a lot of research.
hand and eye coordination.
Is it shiny? Is it like beveled on the edges? It's like, dang, it's an app. And then it opens a certain way. And then they count how many clicks it takes you to get to what you desire.
Yep.
All that is part of the statistics. It's all part of that witchcraft. Well,
That's a high-paying job field, user interface.
yes, user
Yeah,
interfaces.
Yeah, he says in this thing, because we're not gonna go back, but he says that basically now instead of the slot machine, he said your notification, the little bing you get on your phone. He said it's like a reward. You want to see if somebody liked your stuff.
Yes, it's a reward.
That's real.
Yes.
Yeah, so he said that
Real talk.
because they use the research they got on slot machines to now throw it into the social media platforms to get you to log into those platforms. You know what I'm saying?
That's
So it's wicked as hell. But go ahead.
Yeah, that Telegram being
I think it's 2 to 3 times faster than any other kind of gambling in a casino. So it's insane. And why is that? Because it's very simple. You just pull a lever, and sometimes you get a reward, and sometimes you don't. And the more random it is, and the more variable it is, the more addictive it becomes. And the thing is that turns our phone into a slot machine, because every time we check our phone, we're playing the slot machine to see, what did I get, right? Every time that we check our email, we're playing the slot machine to see, what did I get? Did I get invited to an interview at Big Think, or did I just get another newsletter, right? Or if you're on a dating site like Tinder, and when you're swiping, each swipe is you're playing the slot machine to see, did I get a match? I'm playing the slot machine to see, did I get a match? And the problem is that this dynamic, these variable schedule rewards, or the slot machine mechanic, is so powerful that it's
Stop.
the
Get that
best.
Ecclesiastes. Stop. So he says there are rewards. Another word for reward is a gift.
Right.
So watch this. Let's get that in the Bible.
Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 7. Surely oppression maketh the wise man mad.
So if you're wise, if you've been reading the Bible, you've been realizing that your people is in captivity. It would piss you off to understand that even though there's a lot of things in the world that you could look at and be like, oh, okay, sounds nice, sounds good, but your people are at the bottom. You go to Puerto Rico, Ecuador, Mexico, Africa, Canada, wherever you go, Japan, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we're at the bottom. All right, go ahead.
And the gift destroyeth the heart.
A gift destroyed the heart. Remember you last show, Officer Radio, you brought up the gift.
Right.
Like now people use gifts. Your mama used gifts. Everybody uses. Why did they even call it a gift? They're using the word gift because according to the Bible,
Technically it's GIF, but go ahead.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, I get the GIF thing, but I'm saying it's so related to gift. You're like, hold up, gift?
Yeah.
Like, I used to think that's what it was until I got corrected, of course. But the point is like, you're looking for instant reward, like the man said. So this is a good scripture to understand that Satan, he understands how your mind works, and he wants you to log into those social media platforms.
Can I cut in with another video? Haram, can you play that one?
While he's playing that, I'm gonna say this: that gift is your pleasure.
Yeah. You know, that slot machine thing, while you're getting that other thing, that slot machine makes a lot of sense because when you scroll down to actually refresh your page, it does work like a slot machine.
It does. It
works just like a slot machine. I was like,
the whole internet works like
yeah, that's
your
crazy.
the notification screen on your phone work like that. I'm looking at mine. If you listen to the show, go to your notifications, pull down.
Right.
And then all your rewards are right there. I
Right there.
gotta click this, I gotta click this. I've got probably 30, 40,
Hey, I don't
50, 60 right now. Look at this. It's like 100. I got like 100 notifications.
Hey, officer.
It's got that sound. It's got that sound effect of whatever you want your ringtone, whatever you want it to be.
Hey, we heard it all last radio show.
Hey,
That wasn't me.
He said, remember at the very beginning of his speech, he said the first thing he said, I was a child and I used to study witchcraft.
Yeah.
He said he was a magician.
I missed that.
He said he
He's a
started
magician.
magician.
What?
What was that?
Play that back.
Play that back. Play that. I missed
That's how he
that.
started. And now he's
but he said magician.
he said magician, and then it went
That's
into
witchcraft.
how he knows about all the
Get that
trickery.
way to
Play
hit.
that
Yes,
back. Yeah,
he talked about how
it's
it
about
plays with
tricking
your
the
hands.
mind,
Yeah.
tricking the hand, the sleight of hand, and all that. He was
Right.
saying
Damn.
it's about perception.
That's right.
Hey, real quick, give me something real quick. Read fast. Daniel, I was just looking at
I
that.
need-
Daniel, you know what I want, right? You know what I'm talking about. Daniel, about the dream. Give me Daniel on the dream. I think it's early in there. I was just looking at it.
which
Daniel
It's 2.
4 and 7.
Yes, sir. The book of Daniel.
Read fast.
Chapter 4 and verse 7.
Watch this.
Yes, sir. Then came in the magician.
What came in?
Then came in the magician.
That's the ruling empire. And the people he went to, the king went to that's his council.
Right.
The magicians is first. Come on.
and the astrologers,
The stargazers, your Neil deGrasse Tysons and all them. Come on.
the Chaldeans, and
And
the,
look, again, astrology also goes into what do you call it? Tarot cards and what do you call it? Astrology. What is it?
The astrology is the
Tarot
zodiac.
signs. Zodiac.
Zodiac.
Yeah, that's astrology. Astronomy is when they study the stars. Out
Right,
there.
right.
Yeah.
So he also going into when they're studying the Virgo and the Gemini. Read.
the Chaldeans and the soothsayers.
Now the new Chaldeans is the so-called white man. That's the Chaldeans, the Hasty nation in Habakkuk 2.
Yep.
They saying the what? The what?
The soothsayers.
That's what we got today. They're upgraded. And instead of like the old school, remember Iron Man had the 10 suit?
Yep.
That's back then in Chaldea. Now he got the Mark 4, Mark 5.
Yeah, he got the nanotech where he could tap.
Yeah, he
his
got the
chest twice.
nanotech. Yeah.
Oh man.
That's the nanotech of wickedness now.
Mixing up potions online, they putting it together. Hey, what combination of button colors, and
Yes.
sounds is gonna
Yes.
make you want to stay on this
Change
line.
people's minds. Science. That is the new witchcraft.
Hey.
Where
You
that
got the
part-
thing?
Yeah, where that part?
Go back to that clip. He said the magicians. When
he
he wanted to figure out that
started
dream, we didn't even say the scripture.
Hey.
We wanted to figure out that dream he had. He called in the magicians. That's who he called in. But watch this.
It's hard to talk about this.
No.
Our minds
No,
have these
for the
kinds of
second number,
backdoors.
to go all the way
There's
to the
just
very, very
there's kind of
beginning.
if you're human.
That's what you're talking about, right?
Yes,
Fast
sir.
forward a little bit.
And it just also reminds
Can't
me of
double
the scripture
One
you
thing we
pulled
don't
in
talk
Micah,
about
officer.
is that
Watch this.
it's sort of hard to talk about this. Our minds have these kinds of backdoors. There's kind of, if you're human and you wake up and you open your eyes,
They say right here?
there is a certain set of dimensions to your experience that can be manipulated. When I was a kid, I was a magician, and you learn all about these limits. You know, that
He started.
There it is.
It said
There it is.
they wake up and practice from the bed from early.
I got it.
So he was already set to be the same wicked demon we looking at on the screen, who understands slot machines, who understands the influence of internet and all of those
That's his
things.
motive.
I got
It
it.
started from his youth.
I got a little definition.
Go ahead.
Definition for magician: a person with magical powers, right? Similar to the sorcerer, sorceress, witch, wizard.
Damn.
Here's another meaning: a person who performs magic tricks for entertainment. Or it says a person with exceptional skills in a particular area, right? Here's this one last part here. I want to I had looked up trickery, the trickery.
That's
Remember,
crazy.
it says
Magic
the trick. What is it? He does magic tricks, right?
He also said, officer, he said it's about your hand movements
Mm-hmm.
and the things that you do that grabs the attention of people.
I got something when you done. Go ahead.
So trickery, the practice of deception.
Damn.
So he deceived the whole
world.
We just-
Dang.
we just read that earlier.
I demand that.
Well, listen to this. The land back off what you said. It says, I will Google, how does a magician read your mind? Because a lot of magic tricking involves, hey, what card am I thinking? You know, going into your brain.
Yeah.
It says magicians can't really read minds, i.e., know exactly what a person is thinking just by staring into their eyes. What a magician does is give them the impression they could read minds. This is done by studying a person's body language, facial expressions, and verbal cues. That's what social media does.
He
It
said those
records
things
your face.
in the. He said those things. Nobody else. He said that. He said we ask the questions already knowing how you're going to answer.
Right.
So the stuff that they put out is already generating thoughts, and we
Yes.
know exactly what's gonna make you click on those things.
And that's what they're studying, the response time.
Yep.
It's not even what
Yo.
you think they're looking at. If you like this, how long it takes you to like this,
Profile.
did you share it, how long did you watch it? Like you look at YouTube statistics on our videos, you can tell how long someone watched the video.
Right.
And they study that, and they use what videos for you to recommend, because they only watch 8 minutes of this video, or they watch 18 minutes. This was the peak of the video right here. If they give that to us, what stats do they have for their content? They've got, where were your eyes placed on the screen? What video did you come from to get here? They got all of that.
If we play the rest of this video, he says that there's a button that they control where it is like a volume button. He says it shows how long that video is going to be out on different platforms.
Ooh, dang.
He said they can govern that. He said the people that own that platform can govern how long your video stays out to the world or how
Dang.
close. So I was just like, that's how they influence
how
our
they-
videos.
That's
because
facts, because they'll turn it off
Yeah.
after a minute.
Yeah.
Matter of fact,
And they can tell by, like
Yeah,
you said, the
facial
facial
expressions.
expressions, right? And the arousement of your eyes. They can see if your pupils get big or
That's why they want
dilate.
what's it called? The eye.
Hey, can I catch a script
the
real quick?
eye lock? You
On
know,
that-
to unlock your phone, you have to use your eye, your facial, facial.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Can I get a script real quick on that?
yeah. Let me say something. Get your
Yeah,
scripture.
you go.
Yeah, definitely. Because I don't want to interrupt your scripture. But hey, yo, TikTok, they have an algorithm that's made specifically for the United States.
Yes.
And they have an algorithm specifically for China.
China.
Yep.
In
Yep.
China, they actually
In the
learn.
spirit.
Yeah, they actually learn things to help further their society. Here,
Yes.
all we get is twerk videos,
Yep.
drama,
Yep.
fighting. It's made specifically for the United States.
Yep.
That's what China
Stupid
put
ass
that out there.
dances.
Yeah.
Right.
Go ahead, get your script. I'm
Stuff to
sorry.
waste our time.
It's all in the same vein. Matthew 6, verse 21 through 23.
Message.
Real quick. It's all in the same vein.
Matthew 6, chapter 21, chapter 6, verse 21.
Yes, sir.
For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also.
Your desire. They're keying in to control your desire. So they know that what you desire is where your mind's gonna be. So if I can get you away from God's laws, you're not gonna be worried about keeping the commandments. What's going on with your nation? Raising up righteous seed, right? Go ahead.
The light of the body is the eye.
Uh-huh.
If therefore thine eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light.
So basically, the eye is the gateway into your soul. It's the gateway into your mind, right? When I say that, what I'm saying is like not like the little movies is all romantic. Well, when you see something
Right.
that influences your thought process, the things you take in through your sight, right? Social media, right? Media, look, right? Go ahead.
Right.
He tied that together nice.
But if thine eye be evil,
But go ahead, yes, sir.
Thy whole body shall be full of darkness.
Damn, that's
So
crazy.
you see that right there? If your eye's evil, your whole body's full of darkness, and they know that.
They know it.
Right.
And that's what they keep putting evil in front of your eyes all day. That's
Hey, you know what? Hey, and that's heavy too.
Hell of a
Because
precept.
that's why Christ says if you look at that woman, you actually lust it. Because now your vision, your mind television, like what they call it, television, right?
Right.
So what you see, you imagine the thing, and you can take it to a whole nother level in your secret thought, right? That's how you can have that little pornographic thing of what you think you may do with somebody or something. Damn, if I had that, I could do this, or I could do. Your mind go crazy, and that's why
Right.
Christ said He magnified that law.
Right. Yeah.
Exactly.
You the next video actually. So we did that one. It's fire. But let's do the next one.
Yes, sir.
It's all about control. At the end of the day, control you through your lust.
All right. So yeah, this one has the timestamp, right? So let's go ahead with this.
These people look crazy.
Yeah, they look crazy.
Lower anxiety.
So hold on, pause. So it says the
Who
perks.
said that?
Yeah, the lower
Who said that?
anxiety.
He said it.
Hey,
That was the
that was
video.
him. Yeah, that was
That's a
him.
video. It wasn't
Sound like Terminator.
anxiety.
Lower
That's what I
Arnold
heard earlier when it
Schwarzenegger.
said lower.
Oh, that was that guy. That was
y'all
him.
messed up.
anxiety. Hey, what it said? The perks.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
It says that the perks of living without social media.
He on a perk
He
right
said, yeah, he said, here's the perk, lower anxiety.
He got to do the other thing. He got to even that out. He on the downers.
Hey, go ahead.
Your world is what you pay attention to.
Damn.
There's way more information out there possible to consume than you can ever possibly actually take in.
Right.
So your mind looks at what you have consumed and tries to construct an understanding of the world around you. Not just a physical or visual understanding, but also an emotional understanding of the world as well.
Right.
If you are living in the world of social media, especially on a highly combative platform like Twitter, the image of the world that your mind will construct is one of terrifying, almost unbearable strife. It is a world in which villains ride freely through the virtual town square, and the townspeople fire at them with their revolvers, people dropping dead from this metaphorical virtual saloon window. It is a scary world. This is an upsetting world.
Because I want to get through the whole timestamp. Yeah, what he's saying is Twitter is like one of those places where it's a hub of just everybody come at each other's neck. Very true. Go ahead.
It's a world of
And
outrage.
what
It
that
is a
does
world
is-
in which people are casting
What that does is create hostility in your community.
Drama.
Right.
Yeah.
Drama.
Drama. Go ahead.
gated at a moment's notice, and criminals must be rooted out. It is not a happy world. Have you ever met, for example, a frequent Twitter user who was happy?
No.
No.
Wow.
Go ahead.
He confounded a few people.
Because
with
the
that one.
world that
Yeah.
exposes your mind to is not a nice one. So if you spend a lot of time on social media,
Right.
you're going to be living in a world of your own construction that is not going to be an environment. to
Lower
thrive.
anxiety.
Now you might say, well, why don't I avoid Twitter? I'm over on Instagram. I don't want to see the political stuff. I don't want to see the fighting. Well, what are you going to get on Instagram? Highly curated portrayals of people's lives. Everyone's
Yes.
happy. Everyone's in great shape. Everyone.
You got to stop
Yeah.
there. You
Highly-
gotta stop
That's that
there.
brand.
Highly curated. To say, what's the timestamp this out? It says 6:30. Okay, yeah, it says highly curated responses of people's lives. Hey, you get the most filtered garbage of what people's life is ever. Like they have people that I graduated with, right? They have their life on Instagram, and you're like, oh well, I have this, and I'm talking about they have careers now, right? But I'll be looking at it. And I'll be looking at it from this kind of scope, right? Certain ways you can tell when you're successful. Like you have a family life, you have something that's personal. And whether it's humble or not, you can tell that it's successful because there's a genuine happiness. But when you have a need to fill too much of your information on Instagram, you want everybody else to see, hey, look at me. I'm happy. Look. There's something with that.
Look at me. I got you. Read that.
Psalms chapter 73 and verse 2.
12.
Verse 12. Behold, these are the ungodly.
That's Instagram. That's all the people on that whole feed. That's those highly curated lives. I mean, what do you call it? Curate. What's another word for that? What's the Negro word for curated?
Create, imagine.
Exaggerated.
Yeah.
Exaggerated.
Yeah.
I like that. Come on.
These, oh sorry, damn, I lost my
Lower
12. Behold,
anxiety.
these are the ungodly
You need an upper
who prosper in this world.
in the world.
Who prosper in the world.
Which is this world. These are the ungodly that prosper. That's what you see when you hit that. That's what they promote. These are the ungodly that prosper. Read.
They increase in riches.
That's what they're showing you. That's what's on social media. Behold the ungodly. Look how well they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Look how happy they are. Don't you want to be ungodly? That's what they're pushing.
You want to be with me?
Oh man. Hey,
Join us.
You want lower anxiety?
The next verse is how it makes you feel.
Go ahead.
Verily, I have cleansed my heart in vain and washed my hands in innocency. It's like, why am I living this godly life, man? Everybody else is doing good.
I'm wasting my time. That's how you feel like, and then that's the push or the pull of the world. So yeah, how's that working out for you? Commandments. Well, look at these people. They're on vacation. How those commandments going?
Right. I'm on a boat on Saturday.
Yeah, I'm on a boat on Saturday.
Yeah, I'm in the rock by the beach.
Yeah, I'm by the beach. Look at this.
He started off basically exposing that there's two sides to what social media does. Get Proverbs 23:7, because it's watch this. Watch how it ties together.
Proverbs 23 verse 7.
Come on.
For as he thinketh in his heart, so is he.
So if they understand that what comes through your eyes alters your mental, and say if you think all this evil, that's literally what it's going to lead to. Give me Sirach 9:11. Watch this, because he's saying that's why all these people who are on social media are depressed.
Yes, sir.
This is why they have lower anxiety, because the mindset that it sets, it puts a covetous spirit on you, knowing you can't do that. That's why all these young boys in the streets, they want the bag, they want the money, because that's what they see on social media,
right?
And it eventually puts the spirit on you. Watch this.
Sirach chapter 9 verse 11.
Come on.
Envy not the glory of a sinner.
Do what?
Envy not the glory of a sinner.
So what you see on social media, half naked people at the beach talking about I'm living my best life. You have no idea by what means they went to get those things. He said, don't be envious of that. Read.
For thou knowest not what shall be his end.
What's their end is, of course, we know according to the scriptures, death and destruction is coming. But you being all over social media, you paying attention to this thing, your mind drifts. Then all of a sudden, because the Bible says you need to be content. You need to understand that this place is going to burn and destroy. Right. But your mind is like, hey, babe, when we gonna go on a cruise? We ain't going on no damn cruise. we got work to do.
Unless it's the quest.
Right. Right. Let's clean that up.
Unless it's the quest. But I feel what you're saying. It's like, what do they say? No man that warreth entangleth himself in this life.
There you go.
But if you're on social media, you are thorouly entangled. You wrapped up in damn, what do you call it, computer cords and stuff.
Boy Scout knots.
Yeah, Boy Scout knots.
Hey, I drop down to
great sound effect.
drop down to verse. What is it? Damn, I was looking at it. Verse 11 and 12.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 11. Envy not the glory of a sinner.
That's right.
Don't envy the glory of a sinner, because a lot of all them people are sinners. We ain't supposed to envy what they want. Read.
For thou knowest not what shall be his end.
Right. We don't know. I mean, we know what the Bible says as far as the destruction and stuff that's going to take place to them. But read.
Delight not in the thing that the ungodly have pleasure in.
That's it right there. It said that's it right there.
There you go.
Good point. Read.
But remember, they shall not go unpunished unto their grave.
Right. Go ahead, Elvis.
Oh no. Hey, matter of fact, the next part, I think you had a little something that you want to test on it. We're going straight to number 7. The effects of social media on the children. You want to go ahead and touch on that?
I wanted to get that one clip though.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna let it go.
Oh yeah, no, go ahead, get that.
Play that harem clip real quick. And check the channel. I'll post something on the channel.
Harem got a clip?
Yeah, he got a clip. This is it's a haremable.
He look like low anxiety. That's what he look like.
Are you the guy?
You're like Killmonger.
Yeah, what do you need?
Pause.
I just got out of work and I need something.
Pause. Is this the title of this is If All Social Media Became Illegal?
Oh, okay.
So that's he's approaching it from that standpoint.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah, all right, play.
Hey, are you the guy? Yeah, what do you need? I don't know. I just got out of work and I need something to take the edge off. Just 2-minute scroll. Oh shoot, you came to the right place.
2-minute scroll.
I got everything you need. Reels, shorts, Snapchat. I also got some Vine if you want some of that. You got anything stronger? Like what, TikTok? Yeah, like that. Must be crazy. It's hard to find a plug with that nowadays. DA's tracking everybody around the block. Okay, hold on, listen. I got something just as good. Here, have a try. It's called Ding Dong. It just came out to the streets this week. Yeah, you feel them endorphins, don't you? This is some good stuff. Yeah, well, it ain't cheap. I got money. How much do you need? Oh, no, I don't want any money. You got any data? Anything the Chinese government doesn't know about you? Yeah, what you need, man? Email, phone number, social security number? Nah, I want something more incriminating. Something I can use against you. You're married, right? Yeah. Send me your search history. Yeah, sure. Well, whatever you need. Just give me the stuff.
Damn.
Wait, this feels too easy. What are you talking about? He's on to us.
He's like, I knew it.
Let's go. Hey,
All right, stop it.
Damn.
That was a good one.
That had it right there, bro.
He said that was too easy. There's something wrong
Start
here.
off like, hey, let me get 2 minutes scroll.
So he's
scroll.
literally showing you that internet, that social media is a drug.
It's an addiction.
It's an addiction.
Coca. That's and it's a strong.
I
He had in his level. He said, "You got that TikTok thing. You crazy? You crazy DA tracking.
That's
that
high
stuff.
level.
That's high level witchcraft.
Hey, you see how he had because I know Bishop Yalsah did a thing about data points. He they have a certain amount of data points on all people on earth.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That gets them to send us certain things on our phones. But I wanted to get just real quick with something that Officer Pelias said. He was talking about the eye be single, and it's full of light. But if it's full of darkness, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let's get Ecclesiastes real quick. 1
and real quick, you're gonna go get that scripture, but the data points.
Mm-hmm.
We used to be dummies would take that. We've all done it, but dummies do it. They'll post on Facebook, "You're not allowed to use my data to do this, that, and the third." You ever seen those
right.
posts?
Oh, yeah.
And that's not how you tell them no. When you download the app, there's usually a policy that you have to accept, or you automatically accept, and you don't read it because it's like 200 pages long.
Yeah.
And you never read it, but in there they tell you, we using your data when you download this app.
Yep.
This app gonna go into your phone. It don't just sit on it. It's integrated into your phone, pulling from everything you got.
Yep.
Yeah. When you say, I want to post a picture, don't you have to allow it? When you allow it, all your pictures belong to them.
Hey, you
All
can
of them.
opt out of that, but you're really not.
You're not. No one's paying attention to that no more. You just in a hurry to get the app. You're not saying, oh, let me read through this and tell it not. No, you're not telling it no nothing.
Hey, that's how
Got your stuff.
that's how it's so easy to when you actually searching through. Like we could be talking about something, right?
Yeah.
I know
Oh,
this
yeah.
happened to y'all
All the time.
You don't even got to search nothing. We could be talking about something. Later on in the day, you go at your phone and then you start scrolling. You wind up seeing something related to what you was talking about.
Right.
I didn't search this, but how did it get on my internet?
Siri did.
Hey.
Yeah,
Siri.
hey, at random times, and
Siri
let's play both sides here, Apple and Android. Watch this.
Please do.
On Apple, Siri randomly wakes up and then it has little recording functions that it does because
Yes.
it wants to see what you're doing.
Yeah.
Anything remotely similar to what Siri's saying, it records.
Yeah.
Likewise, on Android, it have different names for Cortana being one of them.
Yep.
And then it actually records. Sometimes it doesn't even show you the thing. Around the edges of your Android,
It'll
it starts to
light
light
up.
up.
Yep.
And then
Dang.
it starts to record.
That's even worse than Siri. At least she announced herself.
Yeah, that Siri announces the Android, it actually does that. But I'm just saying, it just does
Peli
that.
rolled his eyes
It-
hard.
Hey, also,
It-
its car had a script.
It does that. So,
Script the car.
But yeah, man. So
Well, we think about it. Think about it. For if you say, "Hey Siri," see, she just turned on. See, she like, huh? What'd you say? That means she's always listening.
Yep.
She's never off. Because if she ever turned off, if I say, "Hey Siri," she wouldn't turn on. But she's listening right now.
What's that one with that creepy CIA guy? We're always listening to you.
You're always
I get
listening.
all your information in a drop of a dime.
Right. Go ahead. What you got?
Yes, sir. Ecclesiastes, officer.
I think Issachar got it.
Yeah.
You didn't give a.
I said 1 and 8.
1 and 8. Yes, sir. All right. The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 1 and verse 8. All things are full of labor.
Go ahead.
Men cannot utter it.
So this is a wise man that got this book written, right? Go ahead.
The eye is not satisfied with seeing.
Because that's what he said. The guy on the little video, he was like,
Wow.
he was like, you don't, your eyes always wanting to take information in. Read.
Nor the ear filled with hearing.
So our ears are always attentive to what what's in the world, right? Now jump up to verse 17 real quick. Let's see what he said.
Verse 17. And I gave my heart to know wisdom.
Go ahead.
And to know madness and folly.
So Solomon understood madness and folly.
Right.
Right. Go ahead.
I perceived that this also was vexation of spirit.
So the devil, he knows that if you're always watching evil, it's vexation of spirit.
Right.
He knows it's your destruction is coming. And but if we read the Bible and we understand that our forefathers knew that, we wouldn't be stuck in these social medias.
Hey, that's been our show. Thank you for joining us. We also have a YouTube page. Just type in IUIC in the classroom or IUIC Raleigh and subscribe to our channels. You can email us at armorofgodradio@gmail.com. That email again, armorofgodradio@gmail.com.